Representative Pablo. Representative Santana. Representative Dixon.
Present.
Representative Lopez. President. Representative Fumu. President. Representative Esto is excused. Representative Descupa. President. Representative Climax.
Present.
Representative Shakir. Representative Rodriguez. Representative Yaku.
Present.
Representative, oh wait, I think that's it. No, it's not, I lied. Representative Fonseca. Representative Ali. Representative Flores. Representative Shukla. Representative Rockenbaum. Representative Tinpain. Representative Amina. Representative Patel. Doc.
Present.
Representative, oh, that's it, thank you.
All right, thank you. We will now move on to our next order of business, which is reading and approval of the minutes. Please take the time to read over the minutes. By the way, everyone please has a meeting packet pulled up for the meeting. Are there any corrections to the minutes? If not, then the minutes will stand approved. The next order of business is reading and approval of the agenda. Please take the time to read over the agenda. Are there any corrections to the agenda? Yes, Mike.
I motion to add to the agenda resolution 2023 F3 2000 and 2001.
There's been a motion to add resolutions 2023 F3 3000 and resolution 2023 F3 3001 to the agenda. Is there a second? All those in favor, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? If not, then the motion is passed. Please reply with the following resolutions to the email. Are there any other corrections to the agenda? If not, then the agenda will stand. Reps who are just walking in, make sure you take a seat within the assembly, and if you're late, make sure to see Abby after the meeting so she has you for attendance. Okay, the next order of business is public comment. Is there public comment? If not, we'll move on to the next order of business, which is guest speakers. There are no guest speakers, so we'll move on to the next order of business, which is new member elections. There is no new member election, so we'll move on to the next order of business, which is old business. There is no old business, so we will move on to the next order of business, which is new business. First, we have resolution 2023 F3 5001. Representative Jesse, could you please read this for us?
Where is the underground? Whereas the undergraduate student government receives funding and needs these funds to be allocated and agreed upon before being spent. And whereas according to Article 8, Section 3, Clause 8 of the bylaws, the treasurer must handle financial affairs and budgeting of funding received. And whereas according to Article 4, Section B, Clause 2 of the Constitution, the treasurer must introduce the annual budget by the third meeting. Then let it be resolved that the attached document will serve as a 2023 to 2024 undergraduate student government budget. Now then I'll go quickly through the budget. So right now we have 133K. Obviously doing a budget breakdown. Our general fee is a mandatory fee for projects. They essentially are dedicated to any projects you might have, such as winter wear or spring supplies initiatives. Events are going for things like town halls and such. Overall, don't worry too much about the money that's specifically towards these sections. If we're going through and there's a lot less project funds going on than events, then we can usually switch the money over. So there's nothing really need to worry about that. Just fund your initiatives, you'll be all right. Going for the discretionary fund, obviously those go towards things like catering, room reservations, office supplies, miscellaneous items towards there. And towards the merchandise, there are obviously any USG branded items or any promotional items. The gala is obviously an event that we have to basically celebrate our achievements, which we have currently set for 17,000. Going on to stipends, obviously we give $8,000 to the US student worker. The remaining stipends obviously go to our e-board and directors and such. The stipends are the exact same as they were last year. Going down below, we obviously have the total allocated. Obviously, going forward, allocations are the max amount the initiative can be set for. I would add, though, that you should have a little wiggle room towards your allocations, just in case your event costs a little bit more than you're anticipating. Then obviously you have the total spent and then the total remainder. And then we'll give you guys updates on the total remainder as the school year goes on.
All right, with that, I will yield the floor for discussion. Are there any questions or comments?
Thank you, Jesse, for presenting our budget. I will be executive ordering this tonight as so that we can start planning our events and such.
All right, there has been an executive order on this resolution, so we will be voting on this tonight. With that, are there any questions or comments? Okay, if not, then we will move forward with voting. All those in favor of adopting resolution 2023 F35,001, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? If not, then resolution 2023 F35,001 has passed. First resolution of the year, guys. We don't do it forever. It's just cool confident. Next we have resolution 2023 F35,002. Representative Bowman, could you please read this for us?
Yeah, whereas it is constitutionally mandated for the undergraduate student government to conduct general body meetings at minimum 8 times a semester. And whereas the size and operational needs of USG general body meetings require space beyond which its office can provide. And whereas the general body meetings have traditionally provided catering for members, let it be resolved that the undergraduate student government shall allocate up to $6,000 to fund catering services and cover any room costs for the fall 2023 semester. And let it be further resolved that all unspent funds after the last general body meeting shall be returned to the budget.
All right,
Thank you again, Jesse. So yeah, we will be, I'll be executive ordering this again. As this funds our room reservations that we have our meetings in, as well as catering. So we do provide food after, just like a small little reward after like a very long meeting. So Treasurer Paul has asked me to accept the orders so we can start having food at these meetings right away. And after this pass, I think Treasurer Paul will take feedback on what type of food we want. I think he'll share many of you guys. So thank you.
all right, with that, this resolution has been executive ordered, so we will be voting on this tonight, and I will open the floor for discussion. Are there any questions or comments regarding this resolution? Okay, if not, we will move forward with voting. All those in favor of adopting resolution 2023 F35,002, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? If not, then resolution 2023 F35,002 has passed. Next, we have resolution 2023 F3000, which you can find attached to the email chain for the fall meeting 3 packet. Please take some time to pull that up. And Vice President Fernandez, would you please read this for us?
Whereas the undergraduate student government is an institution that advocates for student concerns and campus services improvements. And whereas campus safety is a top concern of the student body and undergraduate student government members. And whereas there have been many concerned situations where student safety was at risk and campus services are not meeting the needs of students. And whereas the UIC campus has had a notable amount of crime within the first month of school, then let it be resolved. The undergraduate student government shall continue to address campus safety by reauthorizing the USG Campus Safety Commission for the 2023-2024 academic year. Then let it be further resolved that the mission of the USG Campus Safety Commission is as follows. The USG Campus Safety Commission shall work to improve the safety of students and USC community members by meeting with administrators relevant to campus safety and soliciting concerns, ideas, and feedback from students on campus services. Data achieved by this commission shall be reported back to the undergraduate student government to provide recommendations to UIC administration. Let it be further resolved upon passing this resolution, undergraduate student government shall work immediately to form the USG Campus Safety Commission for the 2023-2024 academic year.
All right, with that, I'll open the floor for questions. Are there any questions regarding this resolution? Yes, I do.
In the mission statement, specifically, what kinds of data are you?
Yeah, this is also a mission statement from last year, but it'd be whatever data we get through surveys and stuff. I know the previous director, Felix Brown, did some surveying and got some student data from disabling events and stuff like that. So basically whatever we learn that can help inform like Chief Booker or Vice Chancellor Coronado.
Also just to add on, for all the new members, just to provide some context for commissions. So this was something we would introduce last year to expand our abilities to advocate for the student body. To start off with the Mental Health Coalition, where it was just basically just a group of student government leaders along with students from across the campus and of course university stakeholders just to address mental health. And it's been very successful, so we want to expand it also to include safety, as when we were working with university leadership for safety in the public safety advisory board, they wanted us like a student safety task force. So we decided to do a commission just to expand our abilities to advocate for different aspects of the student experience. And so we are introduced two resolutions, the Campus Safety Commission and the Mental Health Commission. And this is something that university stakeholders such as the Vice Chancellor John Coronado, who is the person in charge of safety, the Director of Transportation, and Chief Booker, who's the Chief of Police, have been waiting for this commission to be started so that they can work directly with these group of students, which is open to all of you all, but also to students who are not part of student government to address campus safety. The commission in the past has done amazing things, most notably expanding the night ride hours from 11 p.m. to 10 p.m., which we wanted to start at 9 p.m. So that's a big bulk of what the Campus Safety Commission will do. Another thing, just to further address your question about data, not just data that we bring out to the student body, but also data that they share with the commission. So last year, I believe they shared like budget that the Department of Transportation has available for bus shuttle services, things like that. So like any data that shared with these commissions should be shared with the rest of the student government assembly. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Yes, Magna.
I'm not sure where we landed on the
Yeah, so I think where we left off last year is that we do want to see commissioners be paid, but based off the work that they've done throughout the year. So if you last year, how we were able to pay the commissioners is that we introduced a resolution at the end stating how much they're given. Keep in mind that commissioners are generally in the student government, you're only allowed to hold one position, which is why we're able to provide them a leadership stipend. Yeah, I'm open, we can move forward with that, or we can look towards implementing something more structured within the Constitution or bylaws, but that's a discussion we can have within the committee and bring it out to the rest of the body.
Any other questions? If not, we will be voting on this resolution next week. Next, we have resolution 2023 F3001. Mike, could you please read this for us again?
Whereas the undergraduate student government is an institution that advocates for student mental health and campus-wide health improvements, and whereas promoting mental health on campus is top priority of the student body and undergraduate student government's members, and whereas there's continual need to advocate on behalf of the student body to ensure they're able to receive the mental health support services they deserve, And let it be resolved that undergraduate student government shall continue to address mental health on campus by reauthorizing the USG Mental Health Commission for the 2023 to 2024 academic year. And let it be further resolved that the mission of the USG Mental Health Commission is as follows. USG Mental Health Commission shall work to improve the mental health of students and USG community members by meeting with administrators relevant to health and wellness and soliciting concerns, ideas, and feedback from students on campus services. Data achieved by this commission shall be reported back to undergrad student government to provide recommendations to the U.S. administration. It will be further resolved upon passing this resolution, the undergraduate student government shall work immediately to form the USG Mental Health Commission for the 2023 to 2024 academic year.
Yeah, sure. So the Mental Health Commission has done a lot of work with students in the counseling center and various mental health related UIC administration in the past. So we've done programming for students regarding mental health, like mental health care package giveaways. And we've also done surveys that solicit student opinion on mental health services provided by UIC, and provided that data back to administrators to inform their work and how they're formulating these services. So this is just a continuation of that work. Are there any questions regarding this resolution or the commission in general?
Yeah, you know, I do have something to say about these commissions. I'm very pleased with the work they've done in the past. Excited for the work that they'll continue to do. Yeah, this is an idea that's been adopted by other student governments. For example, at ISU, they start doing mental health commissions. It's a little bit different from our scope of work. There's a little bit more on legislation. So it's proving to show that this is something that is very useful for student advocacy.
Are there any questions or comments regarding this resolution? If not, we will be voting on this next speak. And that concludes our new business. We will now move on to our next order of business, which is items for discussion. Our first item of discussion is student organization room reservations. Chief of Staff Basso, would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So I kind of just wanted to open this up as a conversation for you all. So as a student leader on campus, I've been catching wind that a lot of student organizations are having extreme troubles reserving rooms on campus. And I don't know if this is specific to the business college, because that's why I heard it out of, or if this is, you know, a campus-wide issue. So I want to open up the floor to see if, you know, this is an issue that everyone has been facing or other student organizations, because then it may be something that's worth pursuing for undergraduate student government. So I just want to open the floor. Has anyone else heard of any concerns relating to room reservations?
Sarah, go ahead.
Okay, so, and we just did recruitment. And I was told that we had to, our rooms were already picked, it was hard to find any rooms that fit our, what we needed to do. And we had to get them all the way back last year, around this time, right after we finished the recruitment. And we were struggling with space because people knew that this was a week forward, we couldn't get any space. Between the week back, we couldn't get any space, we had to do it over Labor Day weekend and a lot of people.
Yes, Maddie.
So I'm president of the Pre-Law Society and the CLJS Society, and we have not been able to get anything. We've like scheduled way in advance. I did go to the office for trying to get rooms, and they told me that it is so like unbelievably booked. Even the Pre-Health Society tried to figure out ways to get their rooms. They're struggling. So what I'm noticing is a lot of organizations are asking each other to try to reserve rooms for other people, and it's just not working.
Honestly,
I'm vice president of Film Society, and technically we're supposed to get, like, priority for room location. We won, best board award last year, but we can't get any. So even though, like, even with that, like, we can't get any room reservations anywhere. So, yeah, and I've talked to a lot of people who just aren't able to find room reservations. So they just find the class.
Magna?
Okay, so for context, I work at a lot of transportation. I am curious, so for everyone, so are you guys going to reserve like the conference rooms that are in this building, or are you kind of
Yes, madam.
So my first thought was to do just rooms in here, couldn't get anywhere, so then I tried doing classrooms and I was still told the same thing, that you guys are just way booked out, so. Like are you hearing back though about the classroom? So I didn't hear back for the longest time. I had to like go find somebody to talk to. I had to find phone numbers, I had to find like other students, I'm not even getting a response.
Policy?
Yeah, so for SEE, like, I'm pretty sure rooms are booked out for like October, November. Like, they're booked out for like a couple months. But for the classrooms, like, I know that my president reached out and they were like, yeah, we don't have any classrooms. And I was like, are you sure?
How many people are you in that?
Like 30. After the classroom,
I tried to get like 15, didn't work. Yeah, like, no.
Any other comments? Yes.
Very interestingly, when I met with all the directors of student engagement offices, they came to me and asked me if I could do anything about the room reservation. I was like, wow, they're coming up to me about this. Because one thing they always were curious about was why they have to pay for room reservation. So it's been on the top of my mind. And so it's concerning to me that, student organizations aren't able to, reserve rooms or even pay for them if they're trying to, take one bigger rooms out there. So I'm kind of curious if there's any ideas how we can move forward with this. Like whether should we open up more spaces or.
Magna?
So like the biggest thing, so just like logistically, I can explain it to you guys from our end. What it looks like is that you're filling out like the form on campus, right? You're filling in the reservation. Okay, so I just feel like this is like a department-wide issue, is that our office is super backed up, like we don't have like. It's just, I can explain in further detail, but to just save people time, there's been a lot of like departmental shifts and changes within our office. Part of that is just inefficiency on our end, so I apologize on behalf of the side. But we do the other half that there's like a record number of student boards that have registered, and currently, if anyone else was in a student board and it was time to register or we have to finish the registration period. There's just a lot of boards that spaces, so I think there's my spaces on campus that we can.
Yes.
Yeah, so just to add on to what Whitney was asking for discussion. Now, I haven't attended many clubs, organizations besides USG, but I have attended Society of Automotive Engineers to meet at the USC Makerspace down the street. They don't have a room problem, but I can tell you they definitely have like an issue where the rooms are too small. That again, we have engineers that have the whole building to themselves, but if they're having a problem over there, I can only imagine what the problem for other clubs is. So I completely agree that there is a room reservation problem. Because there once okay frequent occasionally, and the rooms are a bit small, some of them.
Any other comments? Yes, Magna.
Say if you are in board or know a leader who's trying to like really like what you guys have done is like to like reach out and call it like kind of I would get the front desk, like I receive those phone calls all the time. Hey, I haven't heard about my reservation in a bit, so I would say just do that though, because it will like put you at the front. Whoever, like, there's a team of people that work on those, so like I don't work on the team of they all reach out, so I would do that, I would call if I front desk. I would also, like if it's been a while and you haven't heard from someone,
Any other comments? Yes.
Yeah, I guess just to close up this discussion, I want us all to think about, if you hear of any student organizations who are facing these issues, just take note of it. And express to them that we're here to help them. And also internally, let's try to think about a plan of how we can address this. And it really seems like a lot of this is because of the shifts within the department. Maybe the shift to campus groups has really complicated things a lot, but I think we're in the perfect place to have a lot of influence in this. And, this is an issue that's affecting every student organization on campus. So it's absolutely something we should be thinking about as time goes on. But thank you.
With that, we will move on to our next order of business, which is activity reports. Is there a report for you guys? If not, we'll move on to our next report, which is the report of student trustee. Would you like to come?
Perfect. Everyone hear me? Sweet. So I don't have an official report today, sorry. For those who don't know me, hello, my name is Mohammed, I'm a student trustee. For those who do know me, good to see you all again. So as student trustee, I'm in charge of representing everybody here I see, but I'll go more into detail in the future GBMs that I can with all of you. I just want to come tonight to just say hello, as well as to introduce a guest. I mean, it's my first GBM, so I thought I wouldn't come alone. He is a former member of student government himself, and now a member of our alumni association, John Donners.
Hard to have to follow up. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to come tonight to introduce myself and let you guys know just a little bit about what I do on the alumni board so that our efforts can be aligned in the future. So I'm a member of the Student and Recent Alumni Engagement Committee for the Alumni Board, and they're to the student governing bodies across campus. And in the future, we're going to be working on efforts to see what students want to see from their alumni. So that's in terms of things like career development, that's in terms of things like jobs, and that's in terms of just mentorship programs and things like that. And so we're going to be doing more outreach as the year goes on. I want to make sure that you guys know who I am so that, if you want to reach out with the ideas you have, and then also once we end up collaborating more with student government, it's not our first time meeting, who I am. And to give a little bit of background, in addition to being on the board, in my career, I work in consulting, I work with CTA, and then when I was in student government, I served as campaign manager and then chief of staff after our administration took over. And other than that, I was involved in brief life on campus. So also, if anybody has any questions regarding student government or anything like that, or just feel free to reach out. So yeah.
Are there any questions regarding the report of student trustee or for either John or Mark?
Great to meet you guys.
I'll go.
Yeah, just a comment, John, it's great seeing you. I haven't seen you since billing, so it's great that you're back.
The pleasure, Matthew.
Any other questions or comments? If not, then the report of the student trustee will be filed. We will now move on to our next order of business, which is officer reports. May we please have the report of the president.
Well, I just want to say congratulations again to all our new representatives. I'm very excited that you all are here to join us for this academic year to advocate to the needs of the students that are most important to our campus. Yeah, I have a quick story to share. So when I first joined, it was in the fall of 2020, and I joined student government. I got an email from then President Hassan Kumar, and I was really excited to get this email. Immediately after getting that email, I told my dad, let's go to the store. And we went to store. He didn't know what I wanted to do there, but I bought a set of pens. I was gonna bring them tonight, but they're kept in a safe deep down in my house. But yeah, I bought that pen because I was really excited about the opportunity to advocate for a community that I've never even been to, this was during COVID, so I was, taking all my classes in my room. But I bought this pen because I knew I was gonna do something important with it. Whether it was like writing legislation or, signing important documents, I actually never did any of that, because most of what we do is, virtual. But, I hope everyone has that same, level of excitement, to be a part of this great organization, because it truly holds a lot of, power to, change, the way, our, university is, it does its thing. And, we do a lot. Last year, we were big on safety, mental health, and college affordability. And I'm proud to announce to the student body that we were very successful in our advocacy last year. So in all the years I've been here at UIC, student organizations had access to about like $200 a semester for catering. Now they have up to $5,600 as of this year. In addition, and most of my time being here at UIC, I think even back in 2019, the library was open for a very limited amount of hours. Starting this year, it's going to be open 24 hours, Monday to Thursday. In addition, students ask for help for their mental health and well-being. And the best way we thought that we can help support students was to provide them 24/7 mental health counseling. That's available for them now this year as well. In addition, we are able to include in the dining hall RFP contract some provisions to establish the meal supply donation program. This was something huge we tried to do last year. We faced many setbacks and a lot of no's that this can't happen. But with the recent passing of state legislation that mandates every university to have a program that supports food insecure students, students will now have access to donated meal swipes and 640 meals annually every year, starting when the contract is signed and passed, which will be probably sometime at the end of this year. So that's a little bit about continuing the work that we've done in the past year, and I hope shows as an example of the things we can do in this organization. In terms of my report, it's quite lengthy, so I hope everyone is able to read it. If you have any questions, please do email me or text me. I think everyone has my number. I put it in the welcome letter that was sent out to everyone. But again, I'm very excited to work with all of you and excited to see what type of accomplishments you're able to achieve in your respective careers. Thank you.
All right, are there any questions or comments regarding President Matthews' report? If not, then the report of the president will be filed. Next, we have the report of the vice president.
Yeah, good to see everyone tonight. So over the last 2 weeks, I guess, since we didn't do reports last week, conducted a meeting with President Matthew and Dean Joel from the College of Engineering. In Matt's report, he talks a little about future collaboration for a cooking class, also advocating for CRN registration to be open earlier. I don't know if anyone's from the College of Education here, but it seems to be something that students want us to advocate for, so we'll follow up on that. I'm also part of the campus care gap assessment committee. So we're just sort of evaluating from a student perspective what can be improved upon. Some of the things we have established are the need for more specialists and to clearly outline where prescriptions are covered by campus care, making the referral process for student services easier, because generally you need a PCP referral every time you want something. Then basically the mental health care and the wait times. I'll be in this committee for the next few months, so I'll keep you updated on what happens there. With President Matthew Mendres, also did a meeting with Dean Wayne from the College of Business, discussed alumni engagement, helping small businesses. Also met with Dean Nelson from the College of Engineering, talked about the developments of the computer science building, updates regarding that. And then I don't know if you guys saw the announcement, but he is I don't know, it's moving down from being dean. He's still gonna be at the university, but he's not gonna be dean anymore. And then we had a meeting with Vice Chancellor Rob Dixon. He's the Student Affairs Office. Big thing that we talked about was that the meal swipe donation program is gonna be implemented, so we're really excited to hear that. President Matthew worked on that really hard last year, along with other people in student government. Attended the e-board meeting last Friday, and obviously, covered the USG commissions this week. But that's the end of my report, if anyone has questions.
All right, are there any questions regarding the Vice President's report? If not, then the report of the Vice President will be filed. Next, we have the report of the Treasurer.
So I'll speak on the toys. Met with the chief of staff also on Friday, discussed senior students' contacts and catering orders. Create the budget and finalize all allocations. Feel free to message him with any questions or concerns. Table the joyful event, discuss what we do at USG with students. Assist in running the fall festival. Had a wonderful time working with everybody and seeing all of the eager students. Met with Anna Winska for catering. Discuss pricing, last year's experience, and expectations for this year. Both to bring back catering for the 4th GPM.
All right, if there are any questions regarding Treasurer Cavallo's report, please reach out to him directly, and the report with Treasurer will be filed. Next, we have the report of Speaker. All right, happy GBM 3 and welcome to our new representatives. I'm so happy to have a full body finally. We already clapped, so we won't do that. Thank you everyone for attending USG orientation. I hope the session was informative and helpful. You should have all received the slides and the materials in an email from me. Please keep these on hand for reference because they will guide your work in student government. I had some questions that were sent to me regarding stuff during orientation. Does everyone need to submit a resolution? No. So if you're a representative, there's no like requirement for you to hit X number of resolutions per semester. If you have a resolution that you would like to introduce, by all means, draft one, but you're not required to draft one. If you were not able to attend orientation, I will be reaching out to you to set up a makeup session, so expect that from me. For the USG Fall Festival, it was a huge success. So thank you everyone to help who helped out. It was phenomenal. We couldn't have done it without everyone who helped out with setting up and passing out food. It was a great way to engage students and an amazing way to kick off the USG year. Yeah. So looking forward, I will be sending out info regarding representative one-on-one meetings. These will be individual meetings with all representatives for checking in, questions, and just getting to know all of you. So not a super stressful thing, not like a performance review or anything. So please keep that on your radar. Additionally, I will be opening interim speaker applications. So some context, interim speaker is the speaker's second in command or deputy. Their duties include leading meetings in my absence, planning the USG social, and helping me with day-to-day work, etc., whatever might come up. If you are interested in this role, please send me an email by tomorrow midnight with your interest and your availability for a meeting sometime throughout this week, if you wish to apply. Coming up, there will be a representative development workshop. Please expect an availability form from me to schedule that. And USG social will be coming in as well. I will also be sending out an intake form based on for your name, your pronouns, and your position for nameplates that I will have made for next meeting. So please I'll send that out and please fill it out by the deadline. And that is my report. Are there any questions? If not, then the report speaker will be filed. Next, we have the report of the Chief of Staff.
All right, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. But first of all, congratulations to all of our newly elected representatives. Very excited for seeing everything that we'll do, and also very excited to see all of the committees come together. So first and foremost, we're off and running. The Fall Festival was a success. Thank you so much to all who came and helped out. I'm really looking forward to similar USG events in the future. To keep it short, I met with all 6 of our directors, committee directors, and if you're curious as to what we talked about, the information is there. Moving on, I met with Vice Chancellor Dixon, President Matthew, and Vice President Michael to discuss initiatives of mutual interest between USG and the Student Affairs Department. We held our weekly e-board meeting, And once again, I'm really looking forward to seeing all the great work that you all will do this year, and I yield my time for questions.
Are there any, or sorry, are there any questions regarding Chief of Staff Boss's report? If not, then the report of the Chief of Staff will be filed. Next, we have the report of the Diversity and Inclusion Chair.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the student government if you're new. I just want to shout out to diversity and inclusion committee members, Representative Jacob, Representative Gia, Jordan, Manasvi, Saba, Sajal, and Sejet. I am very happy to work with you this year. So what I did, I attended government reception with President Matthew and Director Aparna. I was able to talk with President Tim Killen about diversity and minority needs at UIC, and I was able to talk with Chancellor Marilyn Miranda about diversity at UIC. I visited the USG Fall Festival. Great job, everyone. It was amazing. We had the e-board meeting, and I was meeting with Queen Basta, our chief of staff, and I visited the Chinese club for their Mid-Autumn Festival, and we discussed about how we can contribute their club and how we can contribute to Asian culture at UIC more. Thank you.
Are there any questions regarding Director July's report? Yes.
Just curious, we have two instances going on within our campus. I spoke with a couple of people about diversity with Black enrollment, as well as obviously you guys all know about what's going on with the lawsuit with the Palestinians and justice. How are we going about that with the diversity committee?
Yeah, so very recently I met with the president of the Black Student Coalition. We're going to work together to organize a town hall on that. But in addition, you know, this was a conversation I had with the provost last year. And so, you know, there's many things that the university is trying to do at such as outreach. But you know, the university recently had leadership change, so that's a big priority in the provost's office to recruit more from the surrounding Chicago community, because that's the mission of UIC. You know, I always like this saying that the University of Illinois Chicago is the University of Illinois for Chicago. That's a mission that we need to continue to uplift. So that's something I'll be working with July's committee to see what we can do, but there's a lot of plans already in motion for this. In terms of the SJP lawsuit, the big thing that we're going to push through is to protect the freedom of speech of students. So we are in partnership with this nonprofit that advocates for students to you know, be able to voice their opinions, as that's their right in a public space. And you know, that's what we're going to do to support them, so that an instance like what happened that brought up the lawsuit won't happen again. FIRE. It's called yeah, it's FIRE, and that stands for the Foundation of Individual Rights and Expression.
Any other questions? If not, then the report of the Diversity and Inclusion Chair will be filed. Next, we have the report of the Legislative Affairs Chair.
Great. Hi, everyone. I hope you guys had a great week. I know it's long, but I'll try and keep it short. I met with Nick. Nick, if you want to say hello, Nick is part of the Student Trustees Office, so Mohammed's office, as well as he works for the Student Leadership and Civic Engagement Office. Yeah, that's what. So like Matthew had mentioned, we were working on free speech, looking at FIRE, how we can get involved with them. So we started planning for civic engagement. As you all know, the election is next year. It's a huge part of getting students registered to vote, as well as educating them to vote through nonpartisan means. I also met with Ray Joyce, who is the director of SLCE, so we talked a lot about voting. We have this great app slash website called Turbo Vote, where we can track how many people click on the website, how many people register to vote, as well as seeing how much education nonpartisanly that we're able to put out there. And we have a few possible ideas, such as creating a short voter campaign for the English classes. As you all know, you have to take a first-year writing course. So with that, if we can push voter education and registration through there, that's a great idea, as well as putting up QR codes at large events, whether it be Spark, maybe probably wouldn't do as well at Spark, as well as different events such as like the public policy open house and different things like that. I also met with the Illinois State University Student Government Association with Matthew, Nick, Michelle, and they are trying to pass a bill on the state level for mental health days for college students. So we're helping them out, looking at research, as well as looking at how we can lobby for them as the time comes about. I also attended the SAC meeting, which is a student advocacy coalition. This is an organization that is directly partnered with the governmental relations office here at USC. So I learned about them, a lot about their initiatives and ways that we can partner with them in terms of education and registration for voting. I also attended the UI governmental relations reception with President Matthew and Director DeLay. We got to connect with a lot of legislators and different influential people that we could talk to about legislation and action that we would like to see on campus. And then finally, I met with Director Peterson, with Director Asa and Director Tajal, who's the director of the Wellness Center. We talked to her about what the Wellness Center offers, as well as how to look at spreading information on awareness and mental health resources on campus. We're possibly looking at amending the Mental Health Early Action on Campus Act, which is a statewide legislation to include culturally diverse and primary prevention resources. That's all I have. Does anyone have any questions? All right, thank you for listening.
If there are no more questions, then the Director of Legislative Affairs Committee report will be filed. Next, we have the report of the Public Affairs Chair.
Hello, everyone. Happy first GBM to all new representatives. This week, I'm in progress of working on the USG calendar for the semester with Director July, so I'll be sending that out to everyone this week, hopefully. I included important dates for USG and UIC events as well. Thank you to our graphic designer, M, for creating our fall festival graphic. It looked amazing. I attended our weekly e-board meeting for the past 2 weeks, met with Chief of Staff Quinn as we discussed PAC's plan for the semester. And lastly, representatives, please fill out the Google form. I emailed you all last week for the Instagram and website, and please try to have it done by tonight. That's the end of my report.
Affairs Chair. If not, then the report of the Public Affairs will be filed. Next, we have the report of the City Success Chair.
Excuse me. Hi, everyone. I want to start off by saying to the representatives who joined, welcome to the Student Success Committee. I'm super excited to make an impact at UIC with all of you by my side. We meet every Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. in the USG office, but everyone is welcome. So if you ever have an idea related to academics or career and professional planning, feel free to join us. I emailed the Assistant Director of Career Development and Internships to begin planning career workshop events. So once we have more details, anyone is free to join planning. Director Aparna, Director Tejal, and I, the three of us met with the Director Peterson of the Wellness Center to discuss resources related to stress management and burnout prevention, and we discussed the Mental Health Commission and possible plans moving forward. I am also a student senator in the faculty senate, and I'd love to say that it's in full swing. We have so many great ideas being floated around there that can become great initiatives over here, and I'm excited to see so many representatives as senators as well. If you have any questions or want to be involved with something, please email me. Thank you.
Are there any questions regarding the report of the Student Success Chair? If not, then the report of the Student Success Chair will be filed. Last but certainly not least, we have the report of the Campus Life Chair.
Hi to everyone, welcome to week 7. So I had one-on-one meeting with the Chief of Staff, and we go over the Campus Life Committee's current situation and also discuss about the short-term goals. I met with Jamar, the Marketing Manager, Charles, the Executive Director of Business Development, and Matthew, the USG President, to discuss about the activity and to coordinate for the academic year. We plan for successful food drive and also discuss the ways how we can reduce and ways how we can reduce the the waste that is on campus. I had a meeting with Carol, the Senior Director of UIC Health Education and Wellness, Aparna, the Director of Legislative Affairs, and Alsa, the Director of Student Success, to discuss the collaboration with USG and to address some campus life committee agenda for the upcoming academic year. Volunteer at the USG Fall Festival. Great to see you and talk to some of the representatives. Attended the USG Executive Board meeting. Also had an informal session to introduce myself and talk about expectations for campus life with representatives from the Campus Life Committee, Abdul Majid, Ashley, and Aise. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Attended the USG orientation session and also attended the joyful event partnered with UIC, the dining hall, and represented USG. Thank you so much who came along. Any questions? Thank you.
All right, with that, the report of the campus life share will be filed. We will now move on to our next order of business, which is announcements. Are there any announcements? I missed it during my report, but as you all know, committee assignments are out. If you have any questions or concerns regarding your committee assignment, please do not hesitate to reach out. Any other announcements?
Hi guys, so Student Activity Board has a poll fast this Friday. I think you should all will attend because it will be so fun. Just my recommendation. Thank you.
Any other announcements? If not, we'll move on to our next order of business, which is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? Is there a second? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? If not, then the meeting is now adjourned at 6:54 p.m.